We are going to read some Am I the A-holes? Hmm? No, it's not what I said at all. Not what I said at all. That's not what I said at all. I'm going to be reading some Am I the A-holes? Hey, Hill Mike, stay for a second. Let's read. Tell me, am I the ass? This is not my story. So, yeah, just listen. Am I the a-hole for treating my coworker differently after she accused me of SA and I saved her life? Ooh, wait. I'm a quiet guy and genuinely friendly. I treat all my coworkers as friends. About 2 months ago during a work lunch, one of my coworkers started choking, so I did the Heimlich thing on her to help her. And after she cleared her throat, and others cheered, I asked if she was all right. She just nodded her head and went to the bathroom without a word, so I didn't think much about it. 2 days later, I got a call from HR for my inappropriate behavior. I was confused and asked for more details. That's when they told me my coworker had filed a complaint stating that she felt my touches when I was helping her was inappropriate. My body was too close and she felt my privates touching her. This helper got some nerve. He done saved her life and she done went to HR. I gave my statement and they put me on ice. I was still working with potential to be removed. While they investigated further, after a week, I was in the clear. I returned to work normally without fear, but I started distancing myself from my coworker. She tried to apologize and I accepted, and I tried to explain that she has to tell me that she has trauma, but I still take the precaution and only treat her as just a colleague. I am no longer talking to her unless I have to. I always keep my distance, no longer inviting her out unless others are there. She could feel my hesitance toward her and has no longer treated me the same way either. She tried to say that I was being ridiculous and petty, and I told her that I'm just looking out for myself. This lady is crazy. He says, am I the asshole? No, this man is not the asshole. Hey, Hill Mike G. Tap that screen for me. So this man did the Heimlich maneuver to save his co-worker's life. And she went to HR and said that he was touching her inappropriately. Bitch, you got some nerve. Oh my God. Edit. Wow, this blew up. I'm not very active on here, but I have read several comments and DMs. Sorry, I can't read all. But thanks for everyone's support. I won't make the updates, but I have had some clarification. I'm not from or at any English-speaking countries. Me and my coworker did have a talk with our colleagues nearby, and she agreed to just limit necessary contacts. I wouldn't want to talk to her ever again. You saved this half a life, and she went to HR on you, and she went to HR on you after you saved her life and said you inappropriately touched her. That girl is out her mind. You should have let her choke. You should have let her choke on the egg. That is outrageous. Yes. No, you are not the asshole. She is. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That is bananas. Am I the asshole for leaving a family gathering and taking the cake with me for me after my feelings got hurt? Huh? Are they the asshole? Let's find out. I, 27 female, hit 1 year sober from alcohol at the beginning of the year. Congratulations, honey. That's an amazing thing because I am trying to become a year sober from gambling. I have a gambling problem if y'all don't know. This was a huge accomplishment for me. It was bigger to me than finishing college. I told my family that next time we get together for family dinner, I had something to celebrate. This all happened at my mom's. The kids were playing and the adults were hanging out. I took the moment to share that I'd reached 1 year sober and how good I felt about it. They went with, oh, that's what you were talking about. And has it been a year already? I am embarrassed to admit I hope someone would say they were proud of me. Oh, they should be proud of you. Maybe you was a terrible person when you was drunk though. We don't know. I'm embarrassed to admit, but I hope someone said they was proud. Somebody should have said they were proud of you. I mean, at the end of the day, it is an accomplishment, but maybe you were just a terrible person when you were drinking. My brother-in-law, Steve, looked at my sister and they both said, well, at the same time. And she said, since we're all here, my niece just got into a gymnastics thing. It was a long road, but she did it all. They took your shine. Steve popped some wine. They bought over and started. did not pop wine in front of you when you just told them you was 1 year sober. These people is crazy. Steve popped some wine they bought and started giving everyone glasses and cups. He made eye contact with me and his face fell as it should have. He is a terrible brother-in-law. I had this gnawing feeling, so I got up from the table. I took a walk. I tried to go through the moment mentally. So I could be present for my niece to celebrate her success. But when I got back to the house, my sister asked me why I left without saying anything. I said I needed a minute to myself. Girl, is you for real? She looked at me funny and said, okay. I said I'd shared something. I said I'd shared something that I was proud of, and she bulldozed over it. My mom put her hand up and asked me what my news was. Lady, did you not just hear me tell them I was sober? I said I told them I hit 1 year sobriety. Mom said my generations always wanted praise for doing the bare minimum. That ain't funny. That ain't funny. My generation always wanted praise for doing the bare. Wait a minute. That's not funny. That's not funny. That wasn't an accomplishment. It was just what I needed to do. Yes, it is something she needed to do, but that does not mean it is not accomplishment. She said it was something I needed to do, like graduating high school. Now, I agree with this lady just told you your 1 year sobriety is... These people crazy. I tried to make it through the dinner, but found myself just not in the mood anymore. I decided to go home. Here's the direct thing I'm being called an asshole for. I brought a small berry chantilly cake. I don't know what chantilly is. Okay, whatever. Her favorite to share after dinner. It was the thing I decided I'd earn. Maybe chantilly is expensive. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Where was I at? Chantilly cake. It was something I thought I'd earn. The kids had definitely seen it. On my way out, I decided to take it home with me, as you should. It is your cake. You bought it. Take it with you. They don't care about your sobriety anyway. I guess when they realized the cake wasn't in the garage fridge anymore, my sister called to ask me why I took it. I said I did because it's my cake and I wanted to celebrate my accomplishment that y'all didn't give a damn about. They didn't say that, but I said that. But that's how I feel about it, right? She said, word for word, are you serious? Oh my God, Emma, grow up. You're such an effing baby. And y'all just told this lady that her sobriety means absolutely nothing to y'all. That this little girl got into gymnastics, woohoo, poured wine in front of her and passed it out. Told her she did the bare minimum by being sober for a year when this lady clearly had a problem, and she invited y'all to dinner to celebrate. Y'all are bananas. My mom later texted me directly to tell me how disappointed she was that I threw a tantrum because my niece got more attention than me. I don't think her read of what happened is right, but that is what I'm asking you guys. Am I the asshole because I took home the cake in the end? Was that really childish of me? Considering the kids saw it and then didn't get any. As I was putting my shoes on to leave, Steve found me directly and apologized and said that he was completely oblivious in the moment. I know he did nothing. So the brother-in-law did not mean to pour liquor in front of you. Everybody else just does not care that you were been sober for a year and told you that you was doing the bare minimum. These people is crazy. Your brother-in-law is the only person who's a good person. Your mama told you that you ain't shit. That's crazy to me. That is pure bananas. You are not the asshole in this situation. We got a update though. Hi everyone. I just wanted to follow up and say thank you to everyone for the responses. I have a lot to think about when I go to therapy next. I'm glad you went therapy, boo, because your family they probably why you drink. They probably why you was a drunk in real life. Because for them to listen, and I get it. You might be a butthole for not giving the kids some cake. The kids saw the cake. The kids wanted some cake. The kids might have should have got some cake, but I would have took my cake with me too. Y'all sit here and drink. Y'all drinking around me after I just told y'all we are celebrating my 1 year sobriety. Like, that is bananas. Now listen, once I get to 1 year of no gambling, I think I might have a party too, because I'm gonna have a whole lot more money, right? But I ain't made it a year yet. Yeah, honey, you are not the asshole for that. I'm not gonna read everybody else's response, but no, you are not the asshole in this situation. Your family is definitely assholes. What we got next? Am I the asshole for ruining a child's life? Well, how did you do that, sir, ma'am, person? Let's see. Today I started talking to an American mother while in A&E. I don't know, what does that mean. Her child was interested in the artwork and I have on my letter jacket, and it's pretty colorful. The mother mentioned that her daughter's name was Grain, so I assumed for a while that she was what? This is not written in English. So I assumed for a while that she was another mother who wanted something special to call her child. I remarked that it was quite a unique name and that I never met anyone called Grain before. She told me that she's named after the great-grandmother and that it's an Irish name. At this point, the alarm bells are ringing in my head because I've realized that the kid is called Grainy. Generally pronounced Gronaya. Oh, okay. That's what? Whatever. That don't translate to grain and grenade don't look alike to me, but whatever. If that's how Irish people do it, that's how Irish people do it. I ain't Irish. I tried to be very tactful, and I was like, Irish has such an interesting. Oh, they letters make different noises. Hey, got it. Clock that T now. Okay, letters make different sounds in different alphabets. I knew that because I know the Hispanic alphabet. The Latin alphabet. What is it? The Spanish alphabet. There we go. Not Grain. My partner. The kid's name is Granaya, not Grain. My partner, who has studied in Ireland political history as part of their dissertation, and also the Irish. This is a long story. Where is the asshole part at? Okay. I don't know. We gonna keep going. Okay. I'm not editing this at all because I'm gonna post this on the YouTube as well. My partner, who has studied Ireland political history as part of their dissertation, and also the Irish diaspora. Listen, I can't read apparently, and its behalf. So I come up with what I thought was very positive reply. I said, an old school name and more modern pronunciation. I think that's a great way to pick names. I would like to point out that I do not like the name Grain for a child, nor do I like the way Granaya. I keep saying Grain. We've already established it's not Grain. Nor do I like the way the pronunciation was butchered. But I was trying to be tactful and positive. She asked me what I meant, and I said, well, in Ireland, they typically pronounce it like Granaya. Her face went red and said that I shouldn't have said that the pronunciation was wrong in front of the kid because now she's going to grow up knowing that her name is wrong. So they really call this kid Grain. And I feel bad about it. What? I apologized for causing offense and restated that it's a lovely name in both ways and fantastic nod to her heritage. I said that I'm sure her great-grandmother would be thrilled to be honored by her name and being a namesake. I was throwing out just about every positive reinforcement that I could think of, but to be frank, she was pissed off. She told me that I ruined her daughter's self-esteem. You ruined your daughter's self-esteem because you ain't tell her how to say her name, stupid. And that's her. People are funny. And I ruined her name and her life. And her whole existence is now wrong. No, it ain't. She is exaggerating and making you feel, hey, Richie Young. I didn't say that, by the way. I said that her name was pronounced atypically. Granaya, for context, was around 2 years old and completely unbothered by the conversation until her mother got angry at me. She was just looking at the picture on my jacket. The conversation was maybe 5 minutes long, and I managed to ruin a kid's life. Hindsight says I should have kept my mouth shut and waited for somebody else in the city to say something. So am I the asshole? You are not the asshole, but you are the asshole, but you are the parent is the asshole because the parent named this baby something. The baby don't even know that she don't say her name correctly. Listen, short story. I wasn't told how to spell my name correctly until I was 17 years old. When I was 17 in high school, they made our parents come register us. Like a lot of times you could just go register yourself at the time, basically when you were 14, 15. If you could make it to the school, you could go register yourself. Because they were doing something for us for graduation, they made our parents come in and register us. And my mom wrote my name and she spelt it a different way, right? And I was like, that's not how you spell my name. And she was like, how you gonna tell me how to spell your name? And hence, I learned that I was spelling my name wrong for 17 years of my life. And that my daddy had decided to change this. My name is spelled several different ways on several different documents. So my name is Andrea, but it's Andrea with the E at the end, or Andrea with the A at the end. It also has a Y in it, but I knew the Y was there. That's what I thought made my name unique, but apparently not. Nobody taught me how to spell my name until I was grown, basically. Anyways, we're going to keep going. Am I the asshole for refusing to take care of my children? I don't know how to take that title. We're going to keep going, though. I'm 26 female, gave birth to my second child 2 days ago. It was a beautiful home birth. You was a soldier because I ain't giving birth at home. It was a beautiful home birth, so I was never discharged from the hospital. With my first and this pregnancy, I made it clear to my husband I wanted to follow the 5-5-5 rule. I don't know what the 5-5-5 rule is. We're going to see. He seemed to drag his feet, but because he wanted kids more than I did, he agreed. Oh, you didn't want no babies. I still love my kids dearly and would not have had them. I just didn't want to go through pregnancy. Oh, you wanted to do like a surrogate or something. You wanted kids, you just didn't want to birth them. So 5 days. Okay, so the first 5 days are in bed. Nothing but skin to skin with my daughter, breastfeeding and resting. The next 5 days on bed, sitting up, still breastfeeding, cuddling with the baby, doing homework with my son, crossword puzzles, etc. The next 5 days after are around the bed. Still majority resting and doing light chores, folding laundry, diaper changing, just not standing for more than 30 minutes. All while still cuddling with the baby, breastfeeding, doing homework with my son, and coloring. This baby is very colicky, and my husband is the one having to get out of bed, walk around with her, and sit in the rocking chair, do diapers, take her and our son on walks to get some sunshine. Our son, 5 years old, has started acting out at home due to the stress of the new baby and lack of sleep. Listen, don't nobody like new babies. They cry a lot. We've offered him going to my parents' house or next door, and he seems interested. We've prepared a month's worth of freezer meals, so for dinner, all he has to do is throw the disposable tin in the oven and walk away for a few hours. We have more than enough disposable dishwasher. What? We have more than enough disposable dishwasher. That don't make sense, but whatever. We have a dog he needs to feed and take out on walks with the kids. Today he came to me crying and said it was too much and he couldn't do this by himself. I reminded him that he agreed to it and I have to go back to work shortly after the 5-5-5 is up. So I need to be as rested and healed as possible so I can better perform tasks at work than come home. You kind of are being an asshole. He begged me to help out with our son who will not sit still and help with light cleaning, wiping counters. Well, I mean, how old is the youngest son? I again said no. I am entitled to rest, and I will help around the house in 8 days. Edit to add. I am not looking for advice on the 5-5-5 method. That's not what this post is about. So first of all, I have never heard of this 5-5-5 method. She is kind of being an asshole. I get you do need to rest after having a baby, but if you are not helping this man at all, that it goes both ways. Like, yeah, your breastfeeding takes a lot out of you. A new baby takes a lot out of you, period, right? I get all that, right? But you can't expect him to do absolutely everything either. So it is still like you can get up and do a little bit more. So I feel like you're being a tad bit of an asshole, but not a complete asshole. Because if he agreed to the 5-5-5 and knew what it was, he just didn't realize how hard it is to take care of kids by yourself. That's his fault. But you knew, and you knew that he didn't know. So you are kind of being an asshole because you're taking advantage of the fact that his stupid ass didn't know what the 5-5-5 really was or how hard it was going to be. So that is how I feel about it. Hey, Megan Boo, thank you for the likes, baby. Thank you for the likes, Megan. Hey, Z Kikis. Hey, Z Kiki, how you doing? I am reading Am I the Assholes right now. And so far, we got one asshole and the rest of them are not assholes. Am I the asshole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her? Wait a minute. I feel like this story has been going around TikTok. This story has been going around TikTok. This says it was written 2 years ago. So this must happen more than I thought it is. I, 55 female, have been married to my husband and my daughter's stepdad, 63 male, for 4 years. My 23-year-old daughter and I have a complicated relationship. She has been diagnosed with dissociative identity or disorder. She has a lot of trauma from watching me and my husband's horrible marriage go down and was bullied in school. When she told me she was being bullied by peers, my view that all children are innocent really tied my hands because I told her that if I said anything to them, I would be an adult harassing kids. Hey, no. Because if somebody bullying my baby, you about to get bullied by me. Sorry. I'm going to tell you to leave my son alone. Okay, I fight kids. I don't really fight kids, but you know what I mean. That's what don't do that. You talk to love. But anyways, she has blamed me for that ever since. I kind of would blame if you knew I was being bullied and you didn't go to the school to tell the school that, hey, these kids is bullying my baby. You is not a good person in general. Like no kid should be bullied. Anyways. She has blamed me forever and keeps referring to this one time where the kids at school called her trash due to the fact that she wasn't taking care of her hygiene. Whoo, mama. Oh, goodness gracious. She wasn't taking care of her hygiene due to the depression. Due to the depression. Not all of my response was telling her to take a shower and I bought her new clothes. Okay, that's nice, but as a girl, you have to teach a young lady how to clean themselves. So if she's not doing a good job of that, that is a reflection of you, mama, because you got to let her know what crevices to wash in between and not to use certain stuff in certain areas. Let me keep going because I'm being judgy right now and I ain't even finished the story. So maybe it gets better. She bought her new clothes and told her to take a shower. The bullying finally ended with an expulsion and a suspension for the ringleaders. She still throws the fact that the school clinic volunteer told her that if she was their kid, she'd have permission to punch back if administrators didn't do anything. And listen, I'm about to post this other places, but listen, I done told my babies, if somebody puts their hands on you first, you have my permission to defend yourself. Until someone pulls you off of them. Defend yourself until someone pulls you off of. You not the bully. You don't start nothing, but you damn sure can finish it. Sometimes there's a time to be the first one to swing. And listen, you right, Megan Boo, because I ain't never let nobody swing on me first. Unfortunately. I always said that was always my thought. Like, I'm not gonna touch you unless you touch me, but I'm not about to let you hit me first. Absolutely not. Do not do what I say if any kids come across this video. Only defend yourself. Do not throw the first punch. Okay. Where was I at? I thought that having her live with me while she finishes school and gets a job would help with some childhood wounds if my second husband and I modeled a healthy relationship. Oh, you also had her in the house when you and that other man was fist fighting and stuff. That's crazy. However, my daughter now gets along with my husband. She is very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in escapism. So she didn't get annoyed if she was sitting and eating alone around my husband, my second husband, and he would sit across from her and eat as well, saying she ate later so she could eat alone. I don't even know what that means. That doesn't make sense. I guess she would try to eat later so she wouldn't have to eat with the second husband. However, my husband started acting distant from me and my daughter, complained that his eyes lingered for too long. Whoa. However, my husband started acting distant from me and my daughter complained that his eyes lingered for too long. Well, ma'am, you need to check your husband if his eyes is lingering too long on that baby. Oh, thank you, Corey. Hey, Corey, and thank you, Megan. She got very angry and there was a lot of shouting and slamming of doors. Finally, my husband admitted that he's attracted to her. Your husband gotta go. Your husband got to go. Whoo-wee. Finally, my husband admitted he's attracted to her and it's been hard to be around her all day. Said she was walking. Get out of my room. Said she was walking temptation and said that's why he was avoiding sex with me. What? What? Okay. I was so upset to hear this. I don't blame my daughter for this, but at the time, the situation has become unbearable. Something would have to give, and I couldn't collect my thoughts with both them still being in the house. So I gave my daughter money to stay in an extended stay. You out your mind. And asked her to utilize her college's emergency finance. What? You told her to use her college emergency financial money and housing resources they have for students in need. Oh, that's crazy. She responded by storming out and telling me my ex, who is now circling social media, using it to paint me as a villain, and told my ex, who is now circling social media, using it to paint me as a villain, the villain of all villains. Ma'am, you are the villain of all villains. I'm not abandoning my daughter. She qualifies for the resources anyway, since my ex is unemployed and we are in substantial debt. I just need time to process the situation and don't want to leave my house to stay with my daughter when I have a marriage to figure out. Whatever. See, no, you ain't got a marriage to figure out no more, ma'am. If your husband told you, your second husband, this is not the daughter's father, if he told you that he is attracted to your daughter and is avoiding having sex with you because he likes the baby girl who was only 23, he gotta go. You are the asshole, ma'am. Yes, you are the asshole. And there's a story circulating the internet right now about this. I think I've seen it on TikTok. The video's been pulled down, but that is unacceptable. If a man you're with is attracted to your child, regardless if your child is an adult, that is not your child's fault. That means that man is attracted to anything young walking or anybody else, and he's going to leave you anyway. So you need to bounce on out of there. I don't like that. I don't like that. Listen, I gotta find different Am I the Asshole stories, because this Am I the Asshole story just pissed me off. Because yes, ma'am, you are the asshole and you are completely wrong. Am I the asshole for punishing my family by no longer doing birthdays, holidays, vacations because my dad screwed me and my wife over? I don't know. Are you? Let's find out. Let's see. When my wife and I were talking about getting married, my dad said that he would give us a down payment for a home. We were thrilled and kept that in mind. We would be able to afford a good starter home with his help, and we scrimped and saved to add to it. Except, apparently, he meant a sum of money good for a down payment for a house near us. What does that mean? Where the cost of living is low. Oh, you had to purchase a house in a specific area. He did not even mean a down payment for a home in Colorado, where my wife and I have lived since we were in college. He said he thought I would be smart enough to realize that we need to move somewhere with a lower cost of living than Colorado. He kept saying, move to a cheaper city. Our lives are here. Our friends are here. Our jobs are here. Our hobbies are here. You can't exactly leave your house and be up on top of a 14,000-foot peak in 6 hours where my family is. I told him that we had never talked about moving back there and we never would. Where y'all originally from? Whatever. That we would rather be stuck renting for a while longer than be stuck somewhere we didn't want to be. And the move to a cheaper city wouldn't work for us. He said, so be it. And gave us the amount, and that was that. Oh, he still gave y'all money. Okay, that's nice. That's nice of him. I expressed gratitude and thanked him for the money. It's still towards the goal. Well, because of this shift in our finances, we had to make a lot of changes to save up the rest of the money. Okay. We have had to cut out vacations, birthday gifts, holidays. We won't be traveling home for a few years. At our current rate, we should have an okay down payment by the end of next year, 2025. This was written in 2024. It's a year, whatever. My dad confronted us about this because we won't come for summer break. We won't come on the summer break trip. And I told him and he told me that I was being selfish, entitled, and he told me that I was being, they didn't write this correctly. He told me that I was being a selfish and entitled brat because I hadn't gotten my way. that I was essentially punishing the rest of the family because we assumed what his gift would be. I told him that I was grateful for the amount that he gave us, but that it means we do need to buckle down and save every penny if we have to be able to afford a house anytime soon. Even townhouses around us easily are over 400K, and that's the sketchy ones. Welcome to adulthood, sir. What the hell? Welcome to adulthood. What are you talking about? Your daddy you are the asshole here. Yeah, when you saving for a house, you don't get to go do the stuff that you might want to go do. So ain't nothing wrong with your daddy did. He gave you some money. He said he was gonna give you some money, and he gave it to you. So I don't understand the problem here. There was no amount formally discussed, and he didn't even tell you how much. You just automatically assumed he was gonna give you such and such. Okay. For my siblings, he paid for college. He paid cash in full for my sister's house. It was $317,000. Well, she's clearly the favorite child. Whatever. Not her fault she's the favorite child. He did not pay for my college. Well, you're not the favorite, clearly. Okay? You're not the favorite. They are invited to come here anytime, but believe it should be me to go there. And because I'm the one who moved. Well, I mean, that's stupid. You should go visit each other, but what else, right? Let's see. Then they said, no, we don't go out to eat. We don't eat avocado toast. I don't know why people think avocado toast is like the epitome of making it, because it's avocado on toast. We don't have Starbucks, cable, etc. See, listen, it's just hard out here, and it sounds like you're just being a grown-up, and you didn't realize that your daddy was going to make you be a grown-up and stand on that, right? Daddy said, if you move home, I'll pay more. Maybe he would have bought you a $300,000 house if you didn't live in Colorado. I don't think Colorado's cost of living, well, parts of it aren't awfully terrible, but whatever, is what it is. Yeah, you're kind of the one that's the asshole, not your dad. Your dad gave you money. End of story. He said he was going to give you some money. He gave it to you. It just wasn't the amount that you thought it was going to be. Am I the asshole for taking advantage of my girlfriend? Well, how did you do so, sir? Let's find out. I feel like I'm about to get flamed, so throw away. Let's see if you about to get flamed. My girlfriend and I have been together for 3 years. Since we started dating, we have a tradition of paying for each other for dinner for our birthdays. We don't have a limit on how much that meal will cost. My girlfriend doesn't drink. She at most has a mocktail or a sparkling water. I usually pay $100 to $150 for both of us for her birthday dinner. My birthday was 2 days ago, and we went out. I drink, which my girlfriend doesn't, and she doesn't like that I do. And she thinks it's a waste of money. But it's my birthday, and she agreed to pay for everything. I had 8 drinks. Oh, you was lit. You had 8 drinks of what, though, sir? What kind of drinks were these? I had 8 drinks and a steak and a dessert at a steakhouse, which cost about $200. And with her $70 meal, it was $310 with tips. That ain't that bad for a birthday. I mean, depending on the steakhouse you went to, that's about what a birthday dinner is gonna cost. That's my opinion. I mean, 8 drinks is a bit much, and if y'all only got the $310 and you had 8 drinks, y'all was at a cheap steakhouse. Because a steakhouse drink is easily $22, right? Whatever. Or maybe you was just drinking beer. I don't know. She didn't say anything at the time, but last night blew up at me for drinking so much money and expecting me to cover it. I defended myself because it was technically unlimited, and no, I wasn't drunk. What do you mean unlimited? Where do you get unlimited liquor from? I don't think that is a thing, sir. I have a pretty high tolerance, so it's not fair. I can't enjoy myself. She is pretty frugal. So, what does it say? She is pretty frugal, so she thinks it's a crazy amount, and I was an asshole for leaving her with this high of a bill. We agreed we will pay for each other's meal and drinks, and it's not my fault. She doesn't normally get more than 1 drink, and it's a non-alcoholic drink, so it's cheaper. But she has been ignoring me and refusing to talk it out. If she's that upset, I'll reimburse her for my portion, but that's the end of our tradition. Sir, I am probably of the minority who I don't think that you are the asshole in the situation. Again, it's not your fault that she does not drink alcohol. You did get 8 drinks when you probably could have just did with 2 to 3. I don't think you're the asshole in the situation. Other people apparently feel like you're a jerk. But I don't feel like you're the asshole. Not the asshole. But I mean, to each their own. Y'all might think that he was the asshole, but I mean, $300 for a birthday dinner, depending on the steakhouse you go to. If you got liquor and y'all both got a steak, and y'all got dessert, it is easily going to add up to $300. Now I don't think that's something y'all should do on a weekly basis, but for a birthday dinner, I had somebody go order an 8-ounce Wagyu steak on me. An 8-ounce A7 Japanese Wagyu steak. Couldn't finish it because it's too rich. But neither here nor there. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Am I the asshole? My wife is super pissed off. Y'all can add y'all comments in here. Ain't nobody in here told me if y'all feel like somebody was being an asshole yet. Let me know if y'all disagree with me, right? And hey, put it down in the chat if you feel like I'm wrong. Am I the asshole? My wife is super pissed off. This is written a month ago, okay? I have been married for 5 years with my wife who I blah, 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 blah. We just gonna start over, okay? We're gonna start over. I have been married for 5 years with my wife who I've met nearly 10 years ago. The thing is, she loves traveling a lot. And she loves traveling on the date of her birthday. She likes traveling on her birthday. Okay, sir. Most of us do. Last year, we went to Maceió, Brazil. Forgive me if I said that wrong. And had a great time. In May, we had a month-long travel to Europe, where we visited some Greek islands, Athens, a bunch of Spanish cities, and Paris. Her birthday is in a few days, and we had some long talks about traveling. Europe left us in debt, and some health issues left us with almost no savings. All's well. I have never seen the word all's written down. Dang, that's how it's look. Sorry, let me keep going. Oh, that's supposed to be also. It's a typo. Excuse me. Also, we want to have children this year, and we need some medical. I said also. I'm sorry. Okay, let's keep going. Focus. Also, we want to have children this year, and we need some medical assistance for that. That also costs money. I told her that maybe this year we can't afford to travel anywhere. She didn't like it, but she agreed. But it turns out a few days ago, she snapped. She is now super angry because she is staying home for her birthday. That it doesn't matter that what we discussed. She said she doesn't want to travel with me ever again as her husband. That doesn't make sense. She should now know what. Oh, no. She said she never said she don't want to travel and that me as her. That don't make sense. She never said she don't want to travel and that me as her husband should know what she wants for her birthday. And I should have known that she wanted to travel either way and should have surprised her with some tickets. I really don't know how to diffuse the situation. I offered to buy some last minute tickets anywhere, but now she doesn't want to because she said I'd just be doing it because she forced me. Am I the asshole? You are not the asshole. She is being the asshole. She is being the asshole here. Oh, goodness gracious. Who told you to come get this? Mm-hmm. Get out of my room. Okay. I done took this tablet from this little boy and magically he has it again. So I am quite confused. Sorry. Yeah. And I'm still not going to edit this at all. I'm still going to just download it and upload it to the YouTube. But we're going to charge this tablet. Or not. Either way, one of the two. See, now it's not charging. See, people need to leave stuff alone sometimes. Kids just be doing stuff. And I bet you ain't nobody room clean. This just angered me. This just angered me. Because now it's not working. Now it's not working. Now it's broken. Oh my God. I'm irritated. I just got this tablet fixed and he has managed to break it already. There we go. Let's see here. Okay. Nope, you were not the asshole, sir. Your wife is the asshole because y'all ain't got no money and she still want to go on vacation. She sound like me. Hey, Megan Boo, thank you for liking it. Thank you for liking it. Am I the asshole for telling a woman her baby is not a miracle? You are probably the asshole here. I'm just going to say that you're the asshole before reading it. Let's find out. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling a woman her baby is not a miracle? 15-year-old female here. My baby half brother was born a few months ago. My stepmother has a baby fever right now and is arranging mommy and baby events at the house when she keeps inviting other moms and babies around. I don't care. They can do it as long as they don't bother me. Ma'am, you was 15 years old. You can't tell somebody what they can't do. Some women do think their babies are straight from God. Yeah, man, that's true. Okay. She usually wants me to help with the prep and cleanup, which I don't like doing as it's not my problem and they're not my guests. But you are 15 and you live in the house for free. So, ma'am, you're going to help clean up. Sorry. Whatever. Anyway, this last weekend, there was this woman and a baby and she was going around showing the baby to everyone and asking them, is she not a miracle? And honestly, it was so obnoxious. But I wasn't rude and didn't say anything until I was going out to see my friends. And she stopped me and asked me, is she not a miracle? And offered me the chance to hold the baby. I asked, you want an honest answer for that? And she said, yes. So I said, no. Tens of thousands of them are made every day. It's the furthest thing from a miracle. She just being honest. She was annoyed and said I was so short-sighted and rude. I didn't say anything and I left. Later that night, my stepmother and dad told me I was rude to their guests and I should have reassured her that her child is special because she is special to her. Listen, don't be teaching that baby to lie. She didn't think the baby was a miracle. The baby wasn't no damn miracle. She said, tens of thousands of these is born every day, ma'am. Yours is not a miracle. And I guess I could kind of feel her. Everybody feels like their baby is special, though. But unless your baby, has to fight for his life, one could say it's not a miracle. It's just an everyday occurrence. I don't know. Whatever. So I'm going to say this 15-year-old girl is an asshole for not wanting to clean up out in her parents' home, but she's not an asshole for telling somebody that their baby's not a miracle. That is my opinion. You guys can disagree. Let me know in the chat. Just put a comment, like it, throw a little rose or something. Am I the asshole for keeping score of everything I've ever done for my husband? You are probably the asshole, but let's find out. Oh, I'm a woman in my late 50s, married to my husband early 60s. We've been married for 30 odd years. Ain't that beautiful? Ain't that beautiful? I have fulfilled the role of traditional housewife for much of our marriage, and I left paid work soon into our marriage. My husband is very successful in his business, and we live comfortably. All our children are adults now. My husband built his business from the ground up, and I was instrumental to the early success, which set it up to be what it is today. We are having lunch with our children when my son mentioned that his wife didn't want to be a trad wife and do what I did to raise the kids. She raised concerns about how vulnerable a position it is and that she doesn't want to solely depend on him for money. He wanted me to talk to her and convince her by telling her how it worked out for me. I said I understood where she was coming from, and being a housewife is incredibly risky and vulnerable, especially if he leaves her and she's been out of the labor force for a while. He countered that it had worked for his father and I because I trusted him as my husband to provide for me, and why couldn't his wife do the same? Because it ain't the same time, sir. But okay. I told him I have a meticulous record of all contributions I have ever made to the family business, recently digitized with the help of my daughter, so that if the worst ever happened, I would be relying on the mercy of a man to feed myself. That I wouldn't be relying on the mercy of a man to feed myself. I told him I have made many contingency plans over the years to minimize the risk of being a housewife and to compensate myself for lack of pension and benefits I'd have to have had I would have had if I hadn't left the labor force. My son and husband were angered at me by this. Both said it showed lack of trust, and my husband especially felt I've had one foot out the door our entire marriage, and at my little escape plan included plans to shaft him of his business. Boy, stop! Listen, because if you wanted to walk away and not give her nothing, then you could do that if she hadn't have been doing what she's doing. Like, stop it. I told him that the fact that he refers to it as his business rather than our business is exactly why I keep these records and why I won't be telling my daughter-in-law to do what she doesn't want to do. Am I the asshole? No, ma'am, you are not the asshole, because being a housewife is a real job and people should be paid for it. So if your husband is not paying you to do some of the things you were doing and he decides to leave you, you need a leg to stand on. Just saying. He's mad. She's smart. Exactly. I agree. Like, everybody being a trail. If she wants to work, why can't she work? Like, why you want her to be at home? Like, it's fine if you want to be a stay-at-home mom and wife. Me personally, I would like to be a stay-at-home wife. I am a mom, but I don't want to stay at home with my kids. I want them to go somewhere else. I want to be a stay-at-home wife, and I can cook and clean in peace, and then I could go do whatever I wanted to do. But I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom, because that's a whole lot of work, and I ain't built for it. I'd rather go to work than be a stay-at-home mom. Love my babies to death. Love my baby to death. But if I had to homeschool his ass, he would be stupid. Just saying. Because I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience to do it. I want my kids to go on so I can clean and try all these TikTok recipes. I could do it with one kid, but not three. And that's the thing. Like, what's the problem? If he's calling it his business, like, she does need to clearly keep records of what she has contributed to it, because he says it's his. So if he leaves her, he's going to try to leave her with nothing. Don't be left with nothing. Let's move on to the next story, guys. Let's see. It says deleted, but I don't know. Am I the asshole for telling my classmates that I don't want an American name? I don't know. Let's find out. Hi. So basically, I'm an Irish dude who recently moved to America for a year or so. And basically, when I introduced myself to my new American classmates, they all decided that my name, Siren, is too hard to spell and pronounce, so they all collectively decided to give me an American nickname. Practically everyone has started to call me Connor. How the hell they get Connor out of that? Instead of my actual name, and it's starting to piss me off. It just pissed me off, and I ain't even you. I have told them many times that I actually don't mind if they pronounce, spell, or remember wrong, just as long as they are calling me by my actual name. You just want them to try, and they ain't even trying. They said, we're going to call you Connor. Celtic names are hard. It was another Celtic name in the story before, and it was Grain, but it was Granaya, and it didn't look, girl, it was a mess. But yes, okay, chat. Let me keep going. Then even a few teachers started calling me Connor, and they got you messed up, Connor. And I get a little pissed off and tell everybody if they could please just call me Ciarian, as polite as I possibly can. Now, you need to cuss them out is what you need to do. You got to cuss them out, because Americans don't understand anything but anger. Americans don't understand anything but anger. So you saying politely that that's not my name don't mean nothing. You got to say that's not my damn name and not answer to it, okay? Let's keep going, though. Everyone told me I was being dramatic and have started to call me even other names just to annoy me, like Caleb or Kate. So My homeboys, whenever I would get a boyfriend, they would refuse to call my boyfriend by his actual name when they were like talking to me or him. Like they would just make up a name. It wouldn't have nothing to do with the man's name. They would just make up a name, just like almost on some like some big brother like bully type shit. Like, but it was entertaining to me. I'm sure the boyfriends didn't like it, but I'd be like, you know that let's say my boyfriend's name was Justin. They'd be like, yeah, how Jacob doing? Now, you know goddamn well his name ain't Jacob. I'm sorry. What about Mike? How Mike doing? Now, you know, Mike and Justin don't even sound alike. But they would do that shit, right? But if I can say charcuterie, I can try to say anything. Listen, I call it a coochie board, okay? This is a coochie board. I'm not calling it a charcuterie board. It's a coochie board. Every time I bring up wanting to be called my actual name, they all roll their eyes and give me a snarky comment. Of course, I do like my classmates and they're all nice, but it just slightly pisses me off. Am I being over dramatic or do I have a fair point? No, you are not the asshole. They are being assholes to you. You need to start calling them random ass names and then they'll get the point. But again, Americans are assholes in general. So it is what it is. Sorry that you decided to go to school in America. But I'm just saying, I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. Let's get through a couple more Am I the Assholes here. I'm enjoying these Am I the Asshole stories. Am I the asshole for getting a college graduation gift for my 28 male son and not my daughter-in-law 28-year-old female? She ain't your daughter. But let me see. Let me read it and find out. So I'm a 55-year-old female, and my son, who I raised as a single mother, recently graduated from grad school. His wife, my daughter-in-law, also graduated at the same time, and I gave a special gift of a bit of cash just to my son because I'm proud of him as his mother, and I feel a sense of pride since I raised him as a single mom. I figured my daughter-in-law had her own parents to get a gift for her. Well, my daughter-in-law texted me saying she was very hurt that I only acknowledged my son, her husband's grad. So, and not hers. And she just thought she was a part of the family. And you are. He gonna buy something for you with it. If he don't, that's you and him need to talk about that, not me. She's a part of my family as my daughter-in-law, and they've been together for a while. She says she didn't expect the same amount of money, of course, but just a card or something. She says she felt like I overlooked all her hard work and only saw my son's. However, I don't feel like I need to apologize or justify my choice in wanting to reward my son individually. I could be the asshole for overlooking my daughter-in-law's accomplishment and only acknowledging. See, I don't think she the asshole, right? I think as long as she congratulated the daughter-in-law, it's fine. If she just wanted to give her son a cash gift because she wanted to give her son a cash gift, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's your baby. Like, I'm sorry. Did your parents not buy you something? Like, unless, she was just like, she just brushed the daughter aside. I don't think she was an asshole here. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it was her son. She celebrated her son, and hopefully she said congratulations to the daughter-in-law. But if she didn't, she didn't. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm not good at this. Maybe I'm not good at this because I'm an asshole. But I don't think she was an asshole for not giving her daughter a gift. As long as she said, or not daughter-in-law. As long as she congratulated the daughter-in-law, like, I don't think you owe anybody a gift. You don't owe anybody a gift, right? Am I the asshole for not ordering any food so I wouldn't have to split the bill? I am so sick of seeing these split the bill things. I, myself, am a pay what I ate girly. I'm not splitting the bill evenly. Don't you take that check and divide that by 4. You got me fucked up. She could get her. Listen, but let's see what happened. I, 27 male, have been a part of a small friend group around 8 people total basically since college. For some background, 2 people from the group, Susan and Greg, I hope those is made up names because them is real Caucasian names. Susan and Greg are just absolute leeches. Going out for lunch, expect them to order the most expensive thing on the menu, then feed you some sob story about how their finances, and then dump half the bill on you. Last weekend, Dan, I hope you just pick some names because these is terrible. Last weekend, this sounds like, them trainings you gotta do at work. That's what that sound like. Last weekend, Dan, one of the people from the group, told me about a casual dinner. I told him how if Susan or Greg were there, I wouldn't be able to come. He tells me that they would be there, but I should just put my opinions aside and just come once. This is kind of where I might be an asshole. I agreed with him and told him I would be there. I show up and we all get to talking. Everyone began putting in their orders. Most of them spent about $40. There were only about 6 people there. When it gets to Susan and Greg, they both ordered expensive dishes around $200. What is a $200 dish? Did you order a 12-ounce Wagyu steak, sir? What is happening? I'm sorry. Around $200 a piece. When it's my turn to order, everyone looked at me, but I just pick up the menu and point to the $4 Miller Lite and sent the waiter away. Dan asked why I hadn't ordered anything, and all I said was that I lost my appetite. I would have too, because you got me messed up. The other 2 friends got up as well to cancel their orders and just have drinks. As they should have. Susan and Greg is about to be stuck with their food bill. As they should be. After the main course came out, I saw Susan and Greg picking up their food. Their waiter then brings over the check. Greg then grabs the waiter and asks him to split the check 6 ways. Ha ha ha, you got me messed up. Don't you split this check 6 ways? Absolutely not. Listen, nope. Hold on, let me go back. After the main courses come out, I saw Susan and Greg picking at their food. The waiter then brings over the check. Greg then grabs the waiter and asks him to split the check after you just ordered $200 worth of food, Greg. I stand up and correct him, saying the check was to be split 3 ways. Greg looks at me confused and asks why, since we always split the bill. I reminded him that 3 of us have not eaten any food, so we would just be paying for our drinks. So basically, at the end of the night, Dan, who probably only ate around $50 worth of food, was stuck with a $146.98 check at the end. Yes, I remember the exact number. I swear I saw his jaw drop when he picked up the receipt. I slid a $10 towards the check, said goodbye to everyone, and walked out. The next morning, I found my phone full of texts from Greg and Susan telling me I was an asshole for not ordering any food and forcing them to pay more than they had accounted for. You ordered $200 worth of food. I honestly laughed because the steaks alone were more than what they had paid, but to each their own, right? I also got a lot of messages from Dan saying that I could have just not come instead of pulling that stunt and getting him stuck with an outrageous bill. Dan, I told you what Susan and Greg did. Ain't nobody told you. I told you I didn't want to come. You asked me to come up repeatedly. This is bananas. Where we at? At the restaurant, the bar is separate, so drinks are on a separate bill. It looks like y'all was smart then. So, no, you are not the asshole in this case. Who was the asshole is Susan and Greg. Susan and Greg are both assholes. Dan is an idiot because you told Dan why you didn't want to come. And Dan said come anyway. Why? Because he wanted you to be a part of splitting the bill. Me, myself, I don't believe in splitting the bill. Why don't I believe in splitting the bill? Because if I order nachos and you order I don't know, swordfish, a filet mignon or something, them is not equal. Them is not the same amount. I'm not where you am I the assholes? I'm on Reddit. I am not splitting a check evenly. So me and my friends go out, right? Me and my girlies go out and we will either pay for our own food or one person will take the whole check. That's how it goes. Either one person pays for it all, and that is because they volunteered to do so, right? Or you pay for your own food. But I have never been in a situation where me and my friends have been like, okay, the bill is $300. There is 3 of us. Everybody put in $100. No, because if Brittany ate $200 worth of food, why am I spending $100 to cover it? No, Brittany needs to pay her $200. Brittany's in this chat like, why is you using my name? But no, I do not. The whole split the bill. I do not agree in splitting the bill. I don't unless you are at like a family style dining, and even then we can split the sides or whatever. But if your entree, you need to cover your entree. You need to cover your own entree. I'm sorry, because like again, a steak and a chicken dish are not the same price. So no, I'm not splitting the bill. I'm either going to pay the whole thing or I'm going to pay for what I ate. Okay? That's what's going to happen. So he is not the asshole. Dan is just stupid. And Susan and Greg are leeches, like they said. Oh, wait. Thank you for liking my video. Am I the asshole? I'm going to keep going. Am I the asshole for not following my neighbor's tradition? Well, it's your neighborhood's tradition. Okay, well, how long is this one? This is a long ass story. I don't know if I want to read this one. Oh, wait. Excuse me. What, baby?
I saw some chocolate.
No. You're not even going to like that chocolate.
I like chocolate.
No. You're not going to like that chocolate. It's dark chocolate.
I like dark chocolate.
You're not going to like it. It's dark. It's dark chocolate. It's not sweet. It's going to make you mad. Okay? You cannot eat the chocolate. You're not going to like it, and you're not going to waste my chocolate.
I'm not going to waste it.
Sir.
I swear.
Sir, get out of my room.
Please.
Get out of my room. My room. Get out of my room.
I'm going to go get chocolate.
You better not eat that chocolate.
Why? I'm going to like it.
If I come down there and there's no, and that chocolate is it's not in it, we're going to have problems, sir. Eat my chocolate. You're not going to like it, so don't go eat it, okay?
I'm going to like it.
Bye, okay. Thank you. Did you see that face? Y'all saw that face? That's the serious face. Okay. I don't want to read this. I'm going to come back to this in my asshole. Let's find a different one. Let's see here. Am I the a-holes? Let's do. Let's try this one. Am I the asshole for pushing my boyfriend to propose? The answer is more than likely yes. Okay? The answer is more than likely yes. Am I the asshole for pushing my boyfriend to propose? Before you judge, just hear me out. I, 21 female. Oh, you crazy heifer. I, 21 female, and my boyfriend, 23 male, have been together for over 4 years. Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. That's adorable. We were high school sweethearts. He's in the military, and now, oh, this ain't gonna last. He in the military. You about to run amok while that man gone. Nope. He's in the military and now gone during the week for a few. I'm a terrible person. I'm sorry. Okay. He's in the military and now gone during the week for work for a few months. I graduated college at 19. Oh, you a smart little hussy. And have been at my job for over a year now. He will be at the job for almost a year. We are about to move in together. We would have sooner, but due to college and his job making him be away for months, I didn't want to live on my own. He's still in the military. Whatever. Okay. So we have talked about being married very often. He even took me to ring shop over a year ago. We are very financially independent and have been ready to do so for a long time. Here's the kicker. I lost my mother's parents, grandfather when I was young and grandmother about 2 years ago. On my dad's side, I lost my grandmother, who I was extremely close with many years ago, and 2 days before my 13th birthday. Girl, you was 21. Why are we back at 13? She had complications due to surgery with ovarian cancer. I only have one grandfather left. He has been the best, but his age is showing. Since he is my last grandfather left, I want to dance with him at my wedding, like a father-daughter dance. Oh, that's nice. My boyfriend's family has been second nature to me, and they feel like family now. His grandfather has stage 4 cancer and refuses to get treatment. That's just who he is. With all this in mind, I want those who are left to be at our wedding. Oh, that is nice. My boyfriend only has his mother, sister, grandma, and grandpa. Well, your brother seemed like he has almost everybody. And they have been a huge part of my life. I know this is selfish, but I just can't accept having to have more of those chairs with the photos of those who couldn't be there at the what? I know this is selfish, but I just can't accept having to have more of those chairs with the photos of those who couldn't be there at the wedding. I don't know. Is that a thing? You take pictures of chairs of people who couldn't be there? My boyfriend is tired of bringing it up, and so he doesn't want to face the fact of death. So are you being an asshole? Memory chairs? Maybe I ain't never heard of memory chairs. Hey girl, I ain't never heard of memory chairs. What are memory chairs? Somebody needs to school me on this, because I've never heard of the memory chair thing. But so at first I thought you was being an asshole, but now I don't feel like you're being an asshole, because I do wholly understand you wanting to be able to have the family you have left at your wedding. I would have loved to been able to dance with my daddy at my wedding. I not had to. I chose to walk down the aisle alone, because I didn't want anybody to stand in my daddy's place. My daddy died when I was 17 years old. And I also chose, instead of the daddy-daughter dance, and they did not know I was going to do this, I had them play me and my daddy's favorite song. And I just pulled my uncles and cousins out of the audience, out of their food, out of their chairs, basically, where they were eating at, and come dance with me for my daddy-daughter dance. So I get wanting to have people there, but I've never seen these memory chairs. Someone Megan in the chat says, like, where you put the dead person's picture in. Yeah, I do that. I did have a picture of my daddy at my wedding, but I did not have a chair for him at my wedding. So maybe I don't know. I had never heard of that. That's interesting. But yeah, I've never heard of that. It's cute though. It's cute. Let's see. What else we got? Am I the asshole for not wanting my second maid of honor to be in the wedding now, but still attend? What do you mean this? What is a second maid of honor? I thought you only get one. Keep in mind, I've been best friends with her for over 10 years now, and I'm truly at my wit's end. So she just found out she's pregnant, has yet to tell me she's pregnant. Found out because one of our friends told me, because she was like, it's only fair since she told me you were. She's supposedly due in October. Yes, babies can be there and whatnot, but 2 months postpartum is hard and you're still adjusting to being a new parent. She's acting like all will be fine, and I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs trying to figure out what to do, because I know if it was me in this situation, I would step down because my health and baby come first. You're the asshole for... You can just have a conversation with her, right? You ain't got to just throw her out your wedding, right? Which is what you're doing. You're just throwing her out of the wedding. You're assuming. And if this is her first baby, maybe she does not understand how much of a toll it's going to take on her body. And that she's not going to want to be a part of your wedding at that time. I made that mistake as well, and didn't have one of my best friends in my wedding because I knew she was going to be big pregnant at the time. I still had my god baby as my flower girl, but I didn't put her mom in a bridesmaid's position. And I didn't actually talk to her about it, because I actually was pregnant at her wedding. I wasn't pregnant, but I was pregnant. I don't even know if I had announced that I was pregnant. I don't know. Had I announced that I was pregnant? Did she know I was pregnant? I don't remember. So I was definitely wrong. And if you're watching this, Shaquaylin, I'm sorry. I should not have done that. But that was why, because I thought she was going to be big pregnant and not want to stand up there. And I know you would have done it because you is a ride or die. But I didn't want you to have to do it, because my knees almost buckled at your wedding and I was only slightly pregnant. So, yeah, my bad. Da 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 da. Oh, look, I done miss Kiara and everything. What we got? Am I the asshole for not allowing my fiance's cousin to be a bridesmaid? Possibly. Let's find out. Are you the asshole? Are you, and put them where they sit at the wedding. Are you the asshole? Let's find out. My fiance's female cousins and her mother what? My fiance's female cousin and her mother has treated terribly. I guess treated me terribly. We've been together for 6 years. The mother never made an effort to get to know me until she heard about the engagement. Now, all of a sudden, I'm invited to visit every birthday or family gathering. She's always remarkable, but before she said I should not be invited. Whenever we were in the same place, she would refuse to greet me or insist my future mother-in-law should not dish me a plate of food. What? These people, these can't be real stories. Like, who be dealing with people like this? Because I couldn't. Listen, I wish somebody would tell me that I can't eat at a family function. I don't even want to eat at your family function. Your food probably nasty. Whatever. His cousin invited me to one of our big birthday parties, but hours before it started, she changed her mind and uninvited me. My fiance decided to skip out on the party as well. This caused a lot of friction. After that, when her graduation party came around, which I was not planning on attending at all, while my boyfriend was getting ready to go, she told him that he can only attend if I don't come as well. Well, heifer, I wasn't coming anyway. That's when he changed his mind and skipped it on the wedding. You damn skipper, you better not go. If I'm sitting here by myself, you better sit here with me. She tried numerous times to convince him to break up with me, so he had a big heart-to-heart with her. He told her that she should just accept me. Since then, we've been cordial and we've had a few pleasant interactions. I just don't trust her, and you shouldn't. She is quite a spoiled, coddled brat. She wants to be the best woman. There's already a best man. We've decided on having only groomsmen and one bridesmaid, less stress. After I explained why she couldn't be the best woman, my future mother-in-law suggested that I make her my maid of honor. Lies and deceit. I put my foot down and said I've been dreaming about having my cousin being my maid of honor since forever. It don't matter if you wanted your dog to be your maid of honor. That heifer ain't gonna be it. The next suggestion was for her to be my second bridesmaid. No, ma'am. You can go be a groomsman, you big back heifer. I have so many good friends that I've turned down to be in bridesmaids. Why would I change my plans to appease her? And you should not. At the end of the day, it is your wedding, and your wedding is your wedding. So you do what you choose to do and only what you choose to do, okay? That's all you got to do. And she didn't like you before, so why would I have you standing next to me at this crucial moment in my life? I'm not. So you go ahead about your business, and I'm going to go ahead about mine. I'm going to marry your cousin, and you better not get no cake or plate at my wedding, because you said that I couldn't eat at your graduation party. You said I couldn't eat at Easter. You said I couldn't have nothing at Thanksgiving. You said that at the St. Patty's Day potluck that I wasn't supposed to have any green on or get any type of nothing. So you keep your corned beef and hash, and you kiss my goodbye